Hello friends, SimPilot here. Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. This is part 2 of our G3000 King Air350i full flight tutorial. It's been a while, I'm sorry and I apologize. The released patch caused some problems and I had to do a reinstall of the entire sim, and for some reason it took more than 60 hours to get it installed, and that's why I wasn't able to post any videos so far. But today we are going to complete our flight with King Air350, and I will probably do another flight with TBM930 to finalize the G3000 series, because these two planes have different functions. Therefore I want to do another flight with TBM930 and just want to show how a full flight with TBM looks like. And from there we will start to discuss the business jets like the Cessna Citation CJ4. So what we are doing is we are cruising. Let me show you in the map. Over the sea, this is Britain here. We are passing to the Europe, and this is our way to Brussels. I don't know if I can remove these waypoints, but I think I started the video early because I wanted to discuss the approach, and I just did couple things that I want to show you to get us ready for the approach. So first thing, I set my altitude to the initial altitude where we start our arrival. Let's take a look at the chart. So this is our arrival chart, and we are doing the RWOL 7 Alpha arrival, which starts from RWOL right here. And if I go back and pull the flight plan from here, you will see on the active flight plan, if I can go up, yeah, see, that's RWOL. Although I need to change these altitudes a little bit, so this needs to be 10,000. And then I think we are good. Okay, that's my co-pilot taking care of the communications. So we will arrive RWOL at 10,000 feet, and that's what I said here. And then we will start our descent to Akovi, initially to 7,000, and then our approach starts at end, and which you will see the chart here in a second. But RWOL, we are going to start at 10,000. The next waypoint is Akovi. We will descend to 7,000, and then from there the next waypoint is this rotary right here, and then BR 209, which you will see up here. That's our last waypoint of our arrival, our standard terminal arrival route, and then from there our approach starts. That means before we hit that waypoint, or when we are close, I need to activate the approach in the flight management system. Okay, and then our approach starts from there, and this is our approach chart. As you see, this starts at here, which is rotary, and then takes us all the way to this VOR station, which is Bruno, BU1, Bravo Uniform November. And as you see, and there is another waypoint in between which I don't have on the chart, is named Ant. Oh, it's right there, I'm sorry, it's right there. But we are not, yeah, from here, there, so this looks a little bit different on this chart for some reason, I'm not sure, but what we will be doing is from rotary, or Kirky, I'm sorry, from Kirky to Ant, from Ant to Bruno, and from Bruno to our initial approach fix, which is 10.2 miles from Bravo Uniform Bravo, which is let me see, this VOR station, or for 11 miles away from the IBL, which is this VOR station. and that's our localizer as well. So as you see, IBL is our localizer. The frequency is 110.35, so that's what I tuned in to our nav1 frequency. Over here, nav1, as you see, 110.35, transfer. Now that's active. On our nav1 we have that frequency, and you see active frequency 110.35. We are set for the localizer. Hopefully the GPS plan and the G3000 will take care of it, and we don't need to switch to the VOR, but that's I keep there as a backup, because there are some problems with the autopilot at the moment until Microsoft releases a fix for those. So after this waypoint, we'll take a right turn to intercept the localizer at our initial approach fix, like 10 miles away from the runway, and then 5.8 miles from our localizer is our final approach fix, where we should expect to intercept the glide slope, and then from there we are going to follow this vertical profile. As you see, this is 11 miles, and we will intercept it at or about 2000, and we need to be exactly at 2000. That two lines at the bottom and top refers to that you need to be at 2000 to successfully intercept the glide slope. So that's what we are going to aim for, and then we will follow the course 249 into the runway with a 3-degree glide slope, which is seen here, and hopefully we will be able to make a land. Our decision altitude for our aircraft, which is category B for ILS, is 200 or 212. That's what we will be using for our minimums, which obviously we cannot set for this aircraft if I'm not mistaken, because it's not simulated in this one. But let's see. No, there is no minimums that we can set. And let me see if there is anything here. Unfortunately, we don't have anything there too, so we will leave it alone for this flight. But that's what we will be doing. We are going to take a look at our altimeter, and when we are down below to 200 feet, we have to have a visual of the runway to continue landing. That's what that minimum means. I already set our altitude to 10,000. I'm waiting on the ATC to give us instructions to descend. Hopefully they will. We'll see if there is anything here that we missed. No, not really. So we will see. We'll set our altimeter or barometric pressure, and we will keep going as we get close to our first waypoint of our arrival, which is RVOL 7 Alpha, as I said, and we are waiting for that waypoint to come. And we are, if you look at the GPS waypoint information, we are 40 miles away from that waypoint, and we are like almost at the top speed of this aircraft. That red band is where you shouldn't be at when it comes to airspeed. This is dangerous. This is going to cause some problems to the airframe if we go there. Okay, so the ATC is transferring us to Brussels Center, and hopefully they will Okay, so we are waiting for our flight to continue. We can go and take a look at outside to this beautiful view, a little bit from above and away from the aircraft so that it's not too loud. And in the meantime, I'm gonna jump into the graphics settings, and I will share my graphics settings because I promised that. So let me go back into the cockpit so that nothing goes wrong and I can control everything. And let's go back and check the graphics settings. So this was requested by, I can't remember the name. I have to look it up. Give me a second. I will look to the name because I can't remember. I am sorry for that too. I made a note, but I cannot find my note as well. I will look to the name and say who requested this. Let me see. Okay, Paul Wilson. So Paul, all credit for this part goes to you. This is what you requested. So I have a 1080p monitor, so I'm using 1080p full screen. I changed some settings from high-end to custom. Haven't touched these two. Render scaling, I bumped it up to 150. Anti-aliasing is TAA. I haven't changed that one. Terrain level of detail is increased to 140. I can try to move it more, but I'm gonna keep it there. Terrain vector data, these I haven't changed. Object level of detail, I increased it from 100 to 140. Volumetric crowds is at ultra. I haven't changed this. I haven't changed this. Texture super sampling, I changed it to 6x6. Texture synthesis, nothing changed. Shadow maps, 248, I changed it to 248. Terrain shadows, I changed it to 1024 from 512, I believe. And I think that's about it. This is all my graphics settings, and I am getting, if you see on the bottom right corner, 36 FPS. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And Paul, you can copy those and let me know in the comments if it works for you as well and if it improves your graphics quality. So other than that, we are really just cruising right now and waiting for our waypoints to get closer, which we have still like 36 miles and roughly 8 minutes to go until that waypoint. By the way, I have a Discord server right now, so if you guys want to join me on Discord and ask your questions and connect with me, please make sure you check the description of this video. I will put the invitation link to my Discord server down below in the descriptions, and let me know in the comments if the sound quality is still improved with this new microphone, because I'm trying to improve the sound quality and come up with a better sound quality in my videos. Let me stop here and I'll bring you guys back when we are close to our first waypoint of our star. See you in a little bit. Welcome back, guys. We are getting close to our first waypoint of our star, and let's take a look at the charts to see what we need to do. And on this chart, this might be a question that might come later on, but this chart has multiple arrivals depicted on just a single chart for this airport, like Arwol 7 Alpha 7 Beta Bravo, Beckham 7 Alpha 3 Bravo, Betty 5 Alpha, Cox 7 Alpha, LNO 4 Alpha, Tulni 7 Alpha 7 Bravo, and Woody 7 Alpha 3 Bravo. All of those are depicted on this star chart, and you can follow those, like Arwol 7 Alpha is this one, Tulin 7 Alpha is this one, and it's a little bit confusing at the beginning, but when you understand what you're looking for, you can easily follow. Like Arwol 7 Alpha ends up here, it doesn't go further, but the others follow this road, so just bear that in mind when you are looking to this chart. So we are turning, and we haven't heard from the ATC yet to descend, and what I did is I set us for our initial altitude that we will descend to our star at Arwol, which is actually we are at there. I'm sorry, Akovi. We have to be, I believe, yeah, 7,000 is where we need to be at that. Akovi 7,000. So if the ATC doesn't clear us there, because I know there are some problems with the ATC at the moment, I'm gonna request a lower cruise altitude to be safe. I will first get us down to 10,000 by asking to the ITC. Okay, we get our descent, and now I need to come back on the throttle so not to overspeed. Okay, so they cleared us all the way down to 4,600, which is good. So that's great. We are going to follow what ATC says and maybe increase our descent speed to 1500 feet per minute, I'm sorry, and cut the throttle back so that we don't overspeed. And yeah, now we are descending to according to our plan. I will switch this back to the map so that we see what's happening on the map and follow us. And when we pass 10,000, we will turn on the landing lights and we will follow what ATC says and follow our arrival chart, which is going to take us to this waypoint, EBBR 209, and then from there we will switch and start following our star. Okay, the ATC is handing us over to approach. We are getting close to 10,000. Alright, so we will wait until we descend. So we pass 10,000, we can turn on the landing lights. And we will keep descending. Everything looks fine at the moment, so all should be good. And hopefully we won't run into any problems when we are starting our ILS landing. So we are getting close. Maybe I should keep this at the flight plan and procedures to be there to activate the approach when it's time, which is going to happen at this waypoint EBBR 209, and then it will take us to here. Actually, we can start that when we reach Rodri, so that we can follow that approach and see how it's different from the chart. I wasn't able to find a different chart to share with you guys, so sorry about that. But, well, this is what we have for now. We'll see how it goes. We are descending nicely. And look at that shadows and the clouds. It looks great. It looks great. I enjoy the scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator quite a lot. So we are getting close to Rodri, which is that waypoint, and we are 2 miles away from Rodri. So in 2 miles we will activate the approach and see how it goes from there. It should. Now, there you go. So if you don't activate your approach, it creates some problems. We can go back to full view now and take a look at how it looks like, and maybe zoom out a little bit. As you see, Rodri to end, and this chart doesn't show it because we are coming from here directly to this VOR station and taking a right turn to heading 107, following this and then turning right again to intercept our initial approach fix. So that's how our approach looks like. Oh, come on. So this is the problem I was talking about. They change your cruising altitude. But luckily we were close, so we will climb to that altitude, increase the power so that we don't stall the aircraft, and we will get to 6,400. And I was expecting that. Our plan showed 7,000, so this is the problem with the ATC at the moment. The altitude clearances are not good enough, and it just confuses you time to time, because see, now they are asking us to descend to 3,000 feet. It is just too confusing. I hope they fix this ATC problems and make it better. Now we need to slow down and descend, and yeah, I think that should be fine. We are not too far away, so we will keep that and we will follow our arrival. That's what I was saying before ATC interrupted our conversation. Rotary to USR is what this chart shows. This is USR. Oh, I'm sorry. This is bin, and that's that waypoint there. If I get closer, you will see that, or I can show it here. BU1. That's what I'm talking. So this USR is user, I believe. I don't know. There is no waypoint like that. So it was taking us from here, Kirky to Boone directly, but this one now is taking us from Kirky to Ant and then to Boone. So I'm not sure if this is a navigation data problem in Microsoft Flight Simulator or whatever, but we'll see. We need to slow us down a little bit more. Actually, we are pretty much set on the throttle, and let's match our heading to our current heading just in case if something goes wrong, and hopefully this will intercept the localizer automatically without needing us to switch to VOR1 like we did with G1000. G3000 should automatically capture the localizer, and you don't necessarily need to change your GPS waypoint. And we started to receive the localizer, so it's 16 miles away at the moment, which is over here. So that's that distance, but that distance will increase as we pass through it and go towards this Alpha November Tango VOR station as part of our approach. But other than that, we are all set for what we meant to do. We will now, okay, nav1 turn on, nav2 turn on. I'm not sure if it's going to do anything, but just still trying to work this out, because I had bad luck back in the day when I was flying by myself and not recording. Oh my god. These views, guys, these views. This is what makes me keep coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I cannot sell you guys any other simulator who has scenery like this. This is insane. This is amazing. Okay, so we are getting close. I will zoom in a little bit so that we see better. So we are 5 minutes away from our next waypoint, the VOR station, and from there we're going to take a right turn, and hopefully we will be able to capture the localizer shortly. So ground speed is way too slow. I need to increase our throttle to get back to a little bit faster speeds until we are ready to slow down and deploy the flaps. It should be good enough to keep it right around here at the green area of the tape. We are looking to probably 185-90-ish on the speed, and that is good enough for me. It gives me enough room to slow down and also not go too slow to delay our arrival. I was thinking about the word. It is sometimes challenging when you record and try to speak and remember things at the same time. But I think I will get better as I keep doing it. And thanks to you guys and your support, it keeps me going. And I just want to record more to get in contact. Alright guys, if you came across this video on YouTube for the first time, I have a series of tutorials, and these tutorials are designed to build on the knowledge from the previous episode. I highly suggest you guys to go and watch those episodes. I think it's too late to say this. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I just wanted to put it out there for any newcomers or anyone who stumbled upon this video on YouTube. Alright, we are going to make a right turn shortly in 1.5 minutes, and I'm trying to manage the speed and keep us at a certain level and not to go too fast to give myself enough room to slow down and deploy the flaps, because from end everything will start to happen very quickly when we get there. And when we are landing, I'm probably going to turn on my track AR to be able to take a look at both screens and see where I'm going. So sorry, and I apologize if you guys get some motion sickness because of me using track AR to look around in the cockpit. Let's just give it a try to see how it looks like now. Alright, I think we are looking good. We are ready to make the turn, and after that I'm gonna try to slow down a little bit to somewhere like 180 knots and see how all is going to go. There we are, making that turn right now. And let me come back on the throttle and slow us down a little bit. Okay, this looks good. We made the turn, and after that turn right there, so this is what you're hearing is the ILS localizer, and we are receiving that signal. So that's coming from this. If I turn that off, it will go away. It went away before I switched that off. Alright, a little bit more before our final turn into our initially approach fix. And let's just remember from the chart, we are getting close to here from there, following 107, not exactly 107, we are following 107. As you see here, the course is 107. The aircraft hasn't made its mind yet. The autopilot now is aligning us with the course, so we will sit there and follow 107 until we hit Bravo Uniform November VOR station, and from there we'll take a right turn. And I don't see and we have to be, as you see at here, we have to be at 3000, at least at 3000 or above. That underline means at or above. If it was at the top, it means at or below 3000. And remember from that, this is the minimum safe altitude, minimum sector altitude Oops, oops, oops. Okay, 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 okay. I got you, I got you, I got you. Let me deploy one level of flaps so that you become happy. Alright, so you'll be good now. I was not paying attention to our speed. So this is the sector, minimum sector altitude around this VOR station, which is BOB, 25-mile radius. You have to be around this altitude to safely avoid any obstacles in this region. So we are at level 1 flaps, and I think I can keep us down at 150-ish on speed, so that looks good. And we can also move the propeller RPM a little bit forward to give us more control and increase the mixture a little bit more so that we get more control of those two. I think 74 or 80-ish is going to be good on the RPM, and we are slowly getting to our destination. What I like about Track IR is even at the external views you can look around by just turning your head and see what's around you and enjoy the scenery. So I hope this not gives you some motion sickness, because some people get motion sick really quick when they are using VR or any kind of head tracking. But I like Track IR quite a lot. It gives you a lot of flexibility to move your head around the cockpit and see and control things rather than trying to change your view by dragging the mouse around. Okay, so the view looks great outside the window, and we are getting really close to make our final turn. 2 minutes before the VOR station, and then it will be our initial approach fix, which is going to be that waypoint right there. And then CF25 left is the, I think, final approach fix, I believe. This is where we should. Let me check that real quick. Give me a second, quickly. Let's go to the flight plan, active plan, go down. Yes, so final fix is this one, FF25 left, which is that one over here. And then we will capture the glide slope when we reach that waypoint. Alright, we are getting ready to make that turn. Only 2 miles away. I slowed down the aircraft, and that's why we are not moving fast, but we can look around and enjoy the view in the meantime. That's what flight simulation is all about, enjoying these beautiful views while you are flying your aircraft and learning different things, I guess. Alright, getting there. We are almost. So when we hit there, I will activate the approach mode, turn it on, and hopefully it will start capturing the localizer and it will start descending us to the runway. What is this? Well, I don't know if ATC will be with us. This happens quite a lot, and it just cancels the IFR flight plan, but we'll see how that goes. I don't need the ATC to land this aircraft. I just need them to give me some altitude clearance and acknowledge and landing clearance, but we can just still be okay without having the ATC. If they don't tell us anything, I will not bother with the ATC for the rest of this tutorial, because as I said, it has some problems that Microsoft needs to fix before it becomes very accurate and usable in the game. It works somehow, but it is not anywhere close. Ah. Okay, we are almost inbound. That's our final turn. no. We are going to be inbound here. Hmm. Okay. We are just doing an ILS approach, but I don't know what you're saying. It's supposed to be an ILS approach, I believe. Active plan, map, procedures, ILS, yes. So the ITC is completely wrong. They are asking us to do VOR DME approach, but I'm not going to do it. We are going to turn the approach mode on, and hopefully we will start seeing our glide slope is there, our localizer. We should start seeing it and capturing the localizer, hopefully after that waypoint. But our approach mode is on now. I can deploy one more level of flaps. And yeah, I know. Just give me some room, buddy. I will drop the landing gear. Right there. There you go. Don't yell at me. I'll turn on the taxi lights. And we are pretty much ready for landing. After that turn, we should see that the aircraft should start descending automatically. And we need some more. I'm gonna keep our speed around 100 knots. Or 105-ish. That is going to be our landing speed. Unfortunately, this unit doesn't have reference speeds, so I cannot follow anything, but I believe it's around 100 knots in King Air350 when it comes to landing speeds or approach speeds. So we will keep that at 100 speed and pretend like that's our landing speed. But all is looking good. We are fully set to land into Brussels airport. And after this turn, we should be seeing the runway. Let's see. Do we see the runway around here? I still don't see it. Huh. Alright. It's going to be shortly visible, I guess, because we are almost there. Oh, there it is, right in front of us, right there. So now we are waiting on the localizer, and we are going to synchronize our heading to our current heading, not current heading. Let me stabilize. Okay, we are coming close, but I don't see that we are descending. When I should expect that. Glide slope at 5.8 miles. So, okay, we still have 9.6. We are waiting now. We are waiting to capture the localizer and the glide slope. Let's keep an eye on the distance here. We should get close. Let's zoom into the map a little bit. So probably around here we will see the local glide slope coming down, which is this diamond here. Actually, it's already there. We need to start descending. And what was the altitude? 2000. I'm gonna change this to 2000 because we will probably hear from the ATC clearing us down to 2000 feet. If not, we will see what happens. Okay, there is the runway. You know what, I'm gonna ignore the ATC and start descending down to 2000. Otherwise we are going to miss this approach, and this is why I don't like the ATC. They just give you the clearances too late. You don't get enough time to descend properly to capture the localizer and the glide slope. See, we changed to, if you noticed, it automatically changed the HSI to localizer from GPS when we captured the localizer, and the glide slope diamond became green, so that means we are completely good on the approach, and we will be okay. As you see, this is great, so we should start seeing the lights coming to. Okay, I will come back on the throttle a little bit because we are going a little bit fast, so that we can capture the glide slope properly. Let's take a look at the puppy lights. So 1 red, 3 whites. We should see 2 reds in a second as we slow down. There you go. So now we are on the glide slope. Perfect. As you see, the King Air350 can do ILS landings, and you don't need to change your navigation source. It does it for you automatically, like a G3000 normally should do it automatically. So I am happy to see that the King Air is doing it as well. Looks like we are a little bit low, so probably I should add a little bit more throttle to speed us down, but this, okay, let's see what it does. It descends a little bit faster, if you ask me. So we are completely way below. The puppy lights are not happy, so I'm probably going to take control at this point, turn off the autopilot and the yaw damper, and then manually bring us in to the airport from here. So keep the nose up a little bit, and to me it's hard to control the throttle because it's a slider on my joystick and I have to reach with my right hand, and I'm trying to fly this aircraft with my left hand to get used to left hand flying, because I like to fly the Airbus, and Airbuses have a side stick on the left for the captain. And okay, we are doing fine, guys. We will be okay. I need to get ourselves lined up a little bit more with the runway, and hopefully this will be a good landing. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's correct our wings and cut the throttle here, and let us float in and bleed the speed. Hold it there so she will drop off the sky nicely as the speed goes down. Yep, apply the rudder, and then now we can apply some reverse thrust to slow us down. Okay, all looks good. If you guys ask me, we can take this high speed turn, and that's it, guys. Welcome to Brussels. We will stop here, and we will, alright, so we are safely down. We will clean our flaps, we will clean our landing lights, and we will turn off the strobe because we are out of the runway right now. So we left the runway. So let's see now. Let's turn on the ground and request taxi to parking.
Brussels ground Beechcraft, November 31 Papa Echo taxi to parking. Beechcraft, November 31 Papa Echo taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie 2 Foxtrot to cross runway 1 Echo 1 Zulu.
Alright, I kept the taxi assistance because I don't know Brussels airport quite well. But okay. Alright guys, so this is the G3000 and King Air350 for you, and end of our full flight to Brussels from London City Airport. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for the future episodes if you haven't done already. And I'm gonna mention the Discord server again. Check the description of this video. There will be a link or invitation link to Discord for you guys to join me on Discord and ask your questions and maybe connect with each other. And I'm checking my Discord server a couple times a day, and I'm usually online on my phone, so if you send me a message I usually get it right away because Discord is also installed on my phone and it just sends me notifications for incoming messages. So yeah guys, this is pretty much it. I will go and park this baby up over there, or you can stick with me, but this is the end of our King Air350 full flight. I think this is the 9th episode of the tutorial series, and in the next one I am planning to do a full flight with TBM 930, doing the same thing but maybe from a different airport or different flight plan, maybe in Europe, maybe somewhere else. But if you want to see that flight happening in your own country or an interesting place that you know, just let me know in the comments down below. We can plan for that destination and still get our episode for TBM 930 and take a look at how that aircraft handles the flight plan and approaches with its own G3000 unit. We are getting close, and I like this airport. Look at those cars. This is my first time in Microsoft Flight Simulator that I came to Brussels, and unfortunately the sensitivity settings are messed up of the controllers, so that's why I'm having problems with turning the aircraft with my rudder pedals. As you see, she doesn't want to move. Come on, come on. That is because of the sensitivity settings of the... Oops, it's now too fast. See, it's too fast. It's too fast. Okay. Alright. I think we are good, guys. We are good. Set the parking brake. Let's clean up this. Turn on taxi light. And then now what we are going to do is cut the engines, cut the throttle back, and clean the master warning, turn off the lights, come here, turn off the alternators, turn off the avionics. There you have it guys. See you in the next episode.